Hello everybody, this is Mr. Robin. Today I have the very first episode of AEW Fight Forever here on the channel. It has been obviously a long time since this game came out, but I wanted to kind of give this episode as a chance to try something new on the channel, go back to our wrestling roots and kind of see who is interested in potentially bringing a wrestling series, whether it's on here, whether it's on a second channel. I just wanted to give it a shot, so that's what this episode is. If it bombs completely, so be it. If this pops off, cool as well. So not really much sort of pressure on this episode, but this is for all you wrestling fans here on the channel who have stuck around for the time being. So I appreciate it. So if you're excited for this and maybe more wrestling content here on the channel, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more wrestling content. This is based off of AEW Fight Forever, which if you did not know was a game that came out, I think it was a little over a year ago at this point, and is not the best game, but it is the first AEW wrestling video game on like major consoles. So I gave it a shot. I downloaded it. It was free a couple months ago, and I just wanted to make my first, I guess, quote unquote, universe mode episode for this series for AEW. So if you're not familiar with how we do universe mode, we create our own universe, let the storylines unfold, and just crown our own champions and stuff like that. Now, obviously, AEW Fight Forever does not have a universe mode, so we're kind of doing some tweaks and some stuff here and there. So here's what I've kind of come up with. We're going to have a 5-match card tonight. It is AEW Dynamite. And here is a little template I've created for the 5 matches that are on the show. I will show this before every single episode, and then we'll figure out who wins some of the earlier matches, and we're going to take a look on Dynamite at the top 3 matches, which will be at the bottom of the screen. So these are the 5 matches on the card tonight. We'll go through each of them, and also this is taking place after All Out 2023. I know that was over a year ago. It's a little bit behind, but I do feel like this was kind of like the area of AEW where I kind of fell out of it for where I am now. I don't watch AEW on a regular basis. And not only is that closer to when this game released, so all the players on the wrestlers on the roster are a little bit more up to date, it's also, in my opinion, a chance for us to kind of rewrite the wrong of the past year. So, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, MJF is still the AEW World Champion. That's where we're going to pick up at. And we will create our own storylines for there. So, let's go ahead and look at the 5 matches on the show. We'll have Paul White versus Jay Lethal up first. They have some falling out from All In, where Paul White did knock out Jay Lethal with the WMD. Brian Cage is going to go one-on-one against AR Fox. And in the 3 feature matchups, we'll see Wardlow versus Scorpio Sky up first. Some history between those two. We'll see Ruby Soho versus Hikaru Shida in the AE Women's Division with major implications on the championship potentially. And then our main event, speaking of championship implications, is a number 1 contenders match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Whoever wins will get a future match against FTR. We'll see the Young Bucks versus Better Than You, Baby, MJF, and Adam Cole. So we'll go ahead and we'll just show the winner of the first 2 matches at the top. You can see Paul White did knock off Jay Lethal with that WMD, and Brian Cage picks up a pretty decisive victory over AR Fox. But time to get into our first feature matchup, Wardlow versus Scorpio Sky.
Going to be an exciting match.
So here is making his way to the ring first, the former TNT champion, multi-time TNT champion, Scorpio Sky, looking to get back in the win column for himself. And he's facing, though, Mr. Mayhem himself, Wardlow, making his way to the ring as we get ready for our first feature match here in the series. It'll be Scorpio Sky. It'll be a Wardlow one-on-one. And we are ready to go here. Scorpio Sky trying an early attack, but to no avails. Looks like Wardlow will get the early advantage. As we'll let this play out, I am using the just standard base sort of gameplay, CPU for CPU, so we do here in these kind of series. I let the computer take care of the stuff. Keeps it a little bit more unpredictable. I don't control anybody, and we just kind of off until they let it play. But the first match, Wardlow, Scorpio Sky, these two have a lot of history between each other. If you remember, Wardlow did defeat Scorpio Sky to win his first ever TNT championship, and kind of ironically enough, Wardlow's hoping to use this match as a jumping off point to potentially reclaiming that same title. As it seems like we've heard that Wardlow has put his sights set on that TNT Championship. He wants to win it. And we'll see if he can get back to that spot by beating the first person he beats to win a championship, as it seems like it has been all Wardlow here in the early going of this one. Scorpio trying to fight back, but Mr. Mayhem proving to be a little bit too tough for the young man. Both these two men, former TNT champions in their own rights. We've seen Scorpio Sky win the championship a couple of times, and we've seen on the flip side Wardlow pick it up as well, being a 3-time AEW TNT champion. He's trying to win it for the 4th time. The champion currently is Luchasaurus. He is holding on to the gold. He's been champion for over a couple of months now, and he's waiting for his next challenger. And this could be a future championship opportunity for one of these two men. But right now, it's Scorpio Sky with the advantage. He has Wardlow down, but quickly back up to his feet. Oh, goes for a big haymaker, and it connects. Scorpio Sky gets knocked down with that big shot. He gets back to his feet quickly, but maybe still a little dazed here as Wardlow using his strength. He'll back Scorpio into the corner. Now Sky in the collar and elbow tie up. Ties up Wardlow and just gives a shot to the arm, trying to take away some of that power game that Mr. Mayhem possesses. Now taunting Wardlow a little bit. Not sure if I go that route. Like we said, Scorpio Sky, a very decorated man here in AEW. Also one half of the first ever World Tag Team Champions. So he's had plenty of success here, and this is the win that Scorpio Sky could really use to get back on track. He was able to beat somebody like Wardlow. Wardlow back to his feet, just trying to get inside, but Scorpio Sky not letting him. Taking a couple shots to the head. But now Wardlow backs him up against the ropes and knocks him over a big-time shot. As the power game that he possesses with one shot, just able to take Scorpio Sky up and over the top rope. Waits for him to get back in the ring, but might have fallen right into his trap as he puts him here on the second rope and a shot to the back. Nothing really fancy about the offensive Wardlow. He just kind of hits you, and he hits you hard. I mean, don't discount what this guy has done. He's also holds a victory in pretty emphatic fashion over our current AEW World Champion in MJF, who we'll see in our main event here tonight. Scorpio Sky, though, from behind Wardlow with a shot to the face. And now a couple of big-time strikes trying to knock Scorpio Sky back. He counters with one of his own. Down low, up high. Good combination here from Sky. Wardlow will block it, and he'll connect to that big haymaker again. And now Sky in a lot of trouble. Big splash down. Another one for good measure. Wardlow starting to get rolling here. Gets caught up momentarily. A shot to the midsection from behind. And the veteran Sky controlling the pace. Trying not to let the big man get the momentum. We saw it for a second. Seems like it's been shut down. Scorpio Sky just walking over the back of Wardlow there. Gets him back to his feet. Ties up the big man. Again, he gets a big haymaker of his own. A big lariat from Sky, who says he can't throw one of those. And now he seems to be getting all the momentum. Shot to the midsection. Backing up the big man against the ropes, but Wardlow will fight out of it. Gets a hold of Sky. Brings him to the center of the ring. This is not where you want to be. Sky, you're in the F10 range. There he goes flying. You can see it again on the replay. Wardlow fired up. Could we be waiting for it? I think we're in for it. Could we see a powerbomb symphony on the horizon? He's got Sky in the corner. Shot to the face there. Gets him back to his feet. And here it comes, a powerbomb symphony to Sky. The impact driving all the wind out of him. And usually at that point, it is academic. Gets the 1, gets the 2, and gets the 3. Wardlow with a big victory over Scorpio Sky. And we'll see what that leads in the future for Mr. Mayhem. Will he be an AEW TNT champion once again? We'll have to wait and see. But Luchasaurus Wardlow could be on the horizon.
Should be one hell of a singles match.
Over to the women's side of things, Hikaru Shida making her way to the ring, a current record holder here for the AEW Women's Championship. But she has a big task in front of her here tonight as she takes on Ruby Soho, nicknamed the Runaway, one member of the Outcast stable, as it seems like they have tried to run rough shots over AEW in recent months, and on following night at All In just a couple of weeks ago, they were able to get to the mountaintop. We saw Saraya in her home country able to win a 4-way match to win the AEW Women's World Championship. A good field goal story for Saraya. You got to give it to her. But Hikaru Shida, being a former women's champion, a former 3-time AEW Women's World Champion, the first reign being the longest in the championship's history, she wants a shot at that championship again. And we're actually hearing news right now. Hikaru Shida will get a future AEW Women's World Championship match, but we're hearing it's not going to be at an AEW show. It'll be at a show over in Japan, so that'll be interesting to watch in the coming weeks. The AEW Women's World Championship being defended outside of the promotion. We know AEW likes to partner with a lot of different promotions, and we're going to see that on display when Saraya and Hikaru Shida face off in the future. But right now, she's got to get through Saraya's stablemate in Ruby Soho of the Outcast. A good test for her as well, as maybe there's some cracks in the Outcast stable. Toni Storm was also part of that 4-way match. We've seen her go a little bit back and forth with Soho and Saraya. Maybe all three of them not on the same page. A testament here tonight, nonetheless, for Soho. A good chance for her as well in the singles division. A win over a former 3-time world champion in Shida will go a long way in putting Ruby Soho to the front of the line, whether that be for the AEW Women's World Championship or the TBS Championship currently held by Chris Statlander. Soho actually in firm control of this matchup. He's dominated Hikaru Shida here and there. They're going, but missed a strike, and that might be the opening that Shida needs. One of the most proficient strikers here in our women's division. A shot to the midsection just like that. Shida goes down after one blow. Actually, Soho goes down, excuse me. She's going to throw it into the ropes. Tie her up in the corner. Shot to the midsection a couple of times. And it seems like Hikaru's starting to feel herself a little bit. Soho gets back to her feet. Knocks her up against the ropes. And just going to go for that slingshot against the bottom rope. All that torque on the neck area. That'll hurt your lungs. That'll collapse, make it hard to breathe for a little bit. And allow your opponent to take charge. Just like Shida's doing, there's a glancing strike. Might not have caught all of it, but it was enough to knock Soho down. Shida starting to dominate here in this one. And up in the corner goes Soho. Now turns her over. What has she got in mind here? Just a knee to the back. Not pretty, but effective nonetheless. Stomps to the body. Soho taking a lot of damage up there. Shida, like we said, wants another shot at that Women's Championship. Wasn't even pinned to win it. It was actually Toni Storm that was pinned to win the championship for Saraya. And that, again, ties into that whole social outcast maybe falling apart that could be happening. But Shida, not pinned to lose her championship, right to a match, and she will get it in Japan in the future. Soho now struggling to get a hold of Shida, and he's going to make her pay. Insecurity that time caught her fresh on the button. And now Shida in the driver's seat. Both women actually go for insecurities, and I think they actually did catch each other. So it's a race back to the feet, and it is Hikaru Shida who gets there first. Again, nice job dodging the strikes, and again connects with an insecurity to the back of the head. Soho stunned. How about a third one for good measure? All Hikaru Shida here. I think Soho is seeing stars. Got her backed up against the rope. Dropkick knocks her over. Shida dominates the ring as the route count from Aubrey Edwards will begin. Soho just trying to catch herself on the outside. Shida daring her to get back in the ring. She'll imply. Takes her down quickly. Could be lining her up for that shining wizard. And there it is. Knocks Soho down. She's in a lot of trouble here. Shida drags her to the center of the ring. Goes for the cover. We get one, we get two, and we get three. Shida looks pretty dominant here tonight. Picks up the victory over Ruby Soho and potentially sending a message to her future opponent in Saraya for that AEW Women's World Championship. Big win here for Hikaru Shida.
Be an exciting tag team encounter.
Time for our main event now. Huge implications in the tag division as making their way to the rings first will be Mac and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks. And they will team up to face the unorthodox team a Better Than You Baby. First, Adam Cole makes his way to the ring, and his tag team partner, the AEW World Champion, MJF, with his Diamond Dynamite ring and his best friend in Adam Cole. Huge tag team #1 contenders match. We are underway here as Adam Cole tries to go for the hot start, unable to connect. But though able to get back, and he whips Nick into the corner. As these two teams, some of the best teams in AEW's tag division, and well, by very different means. You have the EVPs on one side, one of the best tag teams of this generation, in the Young Bucks, who have traveled the world. They've won championships just from every corner of it. You know, former two-time AEW World Tag Team Champions at that. Looking to get back to the mountaintop. Did just recently lose at All In to FTR. But so have their opponents. Better Than You Baby. You know, the recently new tag team of new, I guess, best friends, if that's what you still want to call them. If you're sold on the fact that they are actually best friends with each other. Some people will disagree with that, as a flying dropkick from Adam Cole right to the chest of one half of the Young Bucks, and a double backstabber. They're looking pretty good here. I've seen a couple of times already of some early tag team chemistry by Better Than You Baby, who recently did have a shot at the AEW World Tag Team Championships. They were unsuccessful on that night. They're actually also the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, which we're hearing now as well. Those Ring of Honor Championships, for the time being, will be going on hiatus. So Ring of Honor will be taking a little bit of a sabbatical. They just need a little bit of time to regroup. Maybe we'll see Ring of Honor in the future. But for now, it's all focused on All Elite Wrestling. You know, the wrestling going on the outside. I know some people, this match, they might already be considering it a 5-star match. Of heck, maybe even 5.5 stars between these four. There's a lot of history between them. You know, we don't talk about it enough because he's got the crowd behind him. But how about Adam Cole just last year turning on the Young Bucks, kicking them out of the Elite at the time? I don't know if the Young Bucks have forgot about that one. Maybe there's a chance there, but all the action will come to a stop for now as the two legal men will finally grace the ring, as it's Nick Jackson and MJF, as a spinning roundhouse kick from one of the EVPs, one of the Elite members, connects on the button for MJF. Actually going to go for a cover here, and it's going to be broken up by Adam Cole. So both these two teams have fought FTR in the past, your reigning AEW World Tag Team Champions. Both these two teams have been unsuccessful in that point, but the Young Bucks have beaten FTR in the past, and Better Than You Baby believes they can as well, as a super kick lands on the button of Nick Jackson. Usually you say it's the other way around, as MJF just trying to control the pace here. Goes for a grapple, does Nick. He can't get a hold of it. MJF will take him down, and Nick Jackson actually needs to make a tag, as unfortunately unable to get it here. MJF smartly going to back him to his own corner, and without the ref looking, he's got the diamond ring on his finger, and he shot to Nick Jackson. Bryce Remsburg, I mean, what are you looking at? Your eyes painted on? That was a clear shot, and he's going for the pin. It will be broken up by Matt, however, but obviously Nick Jackson just took a ring to the face. He's going to be stunned here. Look at this, more tandem action, a double suplex, as Adam Cole, with the help, drags to the center of the ring. Matt on the outside. Is he going to get there in time? He will. He breaks up the pin. This one will continue, but Nick's got to get a tag. Matt currently tied up with Adam Cole on one side. On the other side, MJF takes down Nick. Clearly still stunned from that dynamite shot, and he's in a lot of trouble here. MJF's going to go for the cover. Both superstars roll outside the ring. You don't see it. Matt not paying attention, and MJF's going to get the pin. He picks up the victory. Better Than You Baby. They are the #1 contenders to the World Tag Team Championships. They'll get a future match against FTR. But that'll be it for our first episode of Dynamite. Let me know what you thought of it down in the comment section below. Is this something you would like to see in the future? But regardless, if not, I do have the Rampage card on your screen for you, as it will be 5 matches. That's another one of the changes we are doing. We are going to put 5 matches on the docket for Rampage. There is no collision. Instead, it will be Rampage taking that spot. So back to just being the secondary show. But obviously, you can see them on your screen highlighted. We do have a big match. It is for the FTW Championship. Hook will defend against Jon Moxley, the current AEW International Champion, will be unified with the FTW Championship. Yes, you heard that right. So it'll be Hook versus Jon Moxley, capping off what is going to be a nice Rampage show. I can't wait to see you guys for that one. But if you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like above all else and subscribe down below, especially if you want more wrestling content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.